This is Agent 00 Swimmer. I'm going in.
Hey, what's up everybody on YouTube? My name's Riley Nappert and welcome back to another review, and today we're going to be reviewing the NO.1 G6 Bluetooth smartwatch. And so this is just going to be the unboxing portion, so let's unbox it. I just got it. So it does come in this little box and you just kind of... Alright, and then in this box we have this watch. Wow, that looks beautiful. There's the watch. Oh wow, and I got like the sport band too, so it's kind of like a rubbery thing. I didn't get the luxury looking thing. It looks like it's got one of those pull tab things on there too. What else is in the box? Got some styrofoam. Looks like a micro USB charger thing. Awesome. Dope. Always need more of those. Oh really? Maybe English there too. Oh yeah, English. That's nice. Alright, I appreciate that. Alright, here we go. Ooh, isn't that just so satisfying? Ooh, okay. Number 1, battery low. Well, I'm going to charge it, I'm going to use it, and then we'll get back to the review portion. And so this is the G6 smartwatch. And so you can see I kind of have like the sporty one. They also have the like luxurious, I guess you could call it like metal bands, but this is just kind of like a rubber. It's a thick rubber. You can see it is a round smartwatch, and then this is just the clock face I have on it right now, but you can change that to, you know, like a regular dial clock and stuff like that, just kind of like that. Alright, and so taking it off, you can see there's the watch, and then you have these two band things, you know, where you loop this into so it doesn't just poke out. And you can see here's the the heart rate monitor. It's glass here. Alright, before we really get into it, I'm just going to tell you a few little things about it. So it does have a speaker on it, and it does have a mic, so you can take phone calls. So whenever you're in a situation like this...
This is Agent 00 Swimmer. I'm going in.
You're free to take phone calls. Okay, let's get into the app. So to open this, you can slide any way you want. You can slide that way, you can slide this way, you can slide up, and you can slide down. You can do whatever you want with it. There's two buttons on the side. The top button basically acts as like a back button on your phone, and then the other button kind of works as a lock button. Let's say you go in here, go into it, and then you quickly just go into your dialer and you hit the back button. You just go back a screen. If you hit the dialer and you hit the lock button, you'll go right to the watch face. You hit it again, and then boom, you're locked out. Alright, so on this screen you have your dialer, you have your contacts, you have your messages, your SMS, and you have your call logs. You know, you can go through all these. On the next page we have the Bluetooth, which is where you're going to connect. I'm going to go through that real quick with you guys. So what you can do is you get it all paired up, and you can connect through here. You hit OK, connecting. And it's connected to my phone. Now you want to make sure you get this notification that you're connected to the Fun Wear or the MediaTek app to make sure you can actually get notifications and stuff. The app is pretty glitchy, and a lot of times you won't get notifications because it won't connect to the app, which is very strange, and I'll touch on that in a bit at the end. Alright, and then you have your Bluetooth camera, which you can take remote pictures. Basically what this does is it opens up your picture app on your phone after it's unlocked, and then it hits the volume rocker. So for me, I don't have the volume rocker set to take pictures, so it only turns the volume up for me, which is kind of weird. But if you have it set to where the volume rocker actually does take pictures, it will take a picture remotely for you. And then here, this is the QR code where you can get the app, the Fun Wear app. And then you have settings here. You can go through multiple things, the Bluetooth settings, the clock settings, sound, volume, display, international, units, apps, reset, about. International, you know, you change to, you know, how you want it displayed, and then it'll auto sync to your phone, everything else. And the units is nice because you can change it to metric or imperial, and I live in the United States, so I use imperial. In the display, you basically have brightness and when it's going to time out. Now brightness, it gets very bright. Right now I'm only on 2. Usually I have it at 3 just for daily use, but on camera I think 3 is a little bit too bright, and it does get very bright. I'd say at about 3 is probably optimal for everyday use, including outside. You also do have the screen timer, which goes from 5 to 60 seconds. Alright, so on the next page we have music, this is just a music controller. It is not going to play music through the smartwatch. It's going to play the music through your phone, and you can control it through this. And then you have motion controls. You have the flip to mute incoming call, flip to mute alarm, wake up gesture, and the shake to answer a call. Now, I love the wake up gesture because basically how it works is, I'll show you real quick. You have it off, and let's say it's just on your wrist, kind of. You flip it over and you wait, and then it'll blink on. I didn't hit any buttons there. And then you can flip it back and it turns off. Trust me, it turned off. There you go. And then you see it kind of detected me flipping it over. So basically how that works is you flip it and then you wait like half a second and it'll turn on. Now this can get annoying while driving in the car because it's going to sense it a lot, and it can just get kind of annoying because it'll detect little jolts and turn it on just like that. See, I didn't even really flip it. All right, so we also have the notifier. This is where you're gonna get all your notifications, and let's talk a little bit about the notification. So the notifications, as you saw, when I connected, it's gonna have a view and a cancel. Now you're gonna wanna view it to make sure it gets out of the notification queue in here. This is gonna be a queue, it'll hold 10, and notifications are going to stack. So after you have gotten 2 notifications, it's just gonna display you have 2 notifications. At the title, it's gonna say what that notification is, and you're gonna have to go into the notifier to actually see what the notification is. It's not gonna be just displayed right as it's. And then the theme right now, you can see it's just kind of black in the background, and now there's kind of some bubbles, and if I go back to go to 1, it goes back to. All right, and on the next page we have the alarm, which you can, it's basic alarm, you set it to whatever you want, vibrate, ring, whatever you want. A calculator, basic calculator. I think that's nice to have on your wrist. Then you have a stopwatch, of course, any good smartwatch should have a stopwatch. Then over here you have the pedometer. You have the heart rate, which is pretty accurate. 72 beats per minute was my last. There's the sleep. Now now it says 9:33 and 7. I'm not really sure how the sleep works, and I've tried to use it. I took a nap with it on and it didn't change. It used to be 57 and like 3. So I'm not really sure how it calculates this or how to turn it on. But it does have the sleep function if you want to figure it out. The sedentary, of course, which tells you, after you've just been sitting for too long, hey, get up and move. And then on the next page, you have the vibrator, which you can just turn this on and it'll vibrate for you. Now, the vibrations do feel a lot stronger when it's not actually on your wrist. And when it's on your wrist, you're gonna have to keep the watch pretty tight if you want to actually feel the vibrations, because it doesn't feel as strong on your wrist for some reason. All right, and then you have the anti-loss, which this you actually calibrate with your phone and the app. You go like a certain distance and then you calibrate it, and then whenever you go that distance having it on, it'll start ringing and stuff. And so, dumb me, I calibrate it when they're right next to each other, and so immediately I moved my wrist and it went off. Scared the living crap out of me. All right, then you have the power saving mode, which I don't have on because the battery on this thing is great. It's 380 milliamps. It will last a day for sure, maybe a day and a half if you do really good with it, if you turn on power saving and stuff. Language, here you can just change the language, but usually it's on auto sync, and this is also the international setting from setting. All right, and that's it for apps. This is the app. It is called Funduwear. Now, this app is definitely not fun, I'll tell you that much. I have a lot of gripes with this app. I don't like the app. I don't like the other app either, MediaTek, but I do prefer this one. So now this is catered a lot to like fitness and stuff. See, the home screen is like your fitness. Yeah, this is very focused on health and stuff. And then you have to sync data all the time if you want to. Oh god, this error. Smart device is not connected. But as you can see, it is connected. This thing can be a pain in the butt. The data sync is now complete. So now it worked. I don't know. So a lot of times when you're watching your phone disconnect and then reconnect, it's not going to connect with the app again, which is really annoying. So the best way I found is to disconnect your watch, but disconnect the watch from the watch and then do start search and then connect it from there and hit G6. And then that should connect it, and that usually fixes it. Sometimes you'll have to restart your phone. I know it's really annoying. And then so an awesome part, you can also install applications on your watch. The thing is, there's hardly any storage on the watch itself. So you have about, what is that? You have 4 clocks you can install, but you can only have 2 clock apps installed at a time. That's how much space is allowed on the watch. Only 2 clock interfaces can be installed. And then you can do, you see there's Yahoo Weather, and that's the only other app on this. And this is the only app that is not a clock face currently that they have on the Funduwear. So if you install the Yahoo Weather, you can't install any of the clock faces. And of course, there is ways to download more clocks onto your phone. All right, and just kind of like my overall opinion on this watch, I think this is a great smartwatch, and I think the app really holds it back. I wish the Fundu app was better, or there was a better app out there other than MediaTek. One big thing I also really like, I have Bluetooth in my car, and I can have this connected to my phone, and then I get in the car, and my phone also connects to the Bluetooth player in my car, and it'll start playing music, and they'll both be connected at the same time. This watch does allow you to connect to multiple Bluetooth devices without being a big hassle. All right, my name's Riley Nappert. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop a like. If you like me or my content, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.